Great to have you coming in from Wakefield Park in Goulburn, the final race of round 4 of the 2016 New South Wales Formula V Championship, of course, sponsored by Global Self-Storage at Penrith. Ryan Reynolds won race 2, Dylan Thomas won race 1. Let's see who'll win race 3. Here we go. And on the line, big wheel-banging moment, Dylan Thomas there on the inside. On the outside, I should say, Ryan Reynolds led him to 1 and Steins got past Thomas as a result. That was a huge moment for the champ.
Right, a collision, and we hadn't even gone more than 20 metres. What's going on?
Brilliant stuff. Ryan Reynolds. Dylan Thomas said to me on the grid earlier, he said, "I'll bang doors with Ryan as well." He meant wheels, and he set up and proved it.
But look, whatever Dylan did, and we're about
Here's
to
the onboard.
see...
Hey!
Gee whiz. What a start, Dylan. We knew you were hopeless at starting, but gee, you're only just making it worse for yourself. Oh, dear. Looks like Dylan just wanted to stop Daniel Reynolds going through on the right-hand side, but he wasn't looking forward. He was only looking in his mirrors and moved to the right and just touched the left-hand rear wheel of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, it was Ryan Reynolds he was trying to stop, and of course he then lost out to Daniel Stein as well. So, boy, oh boy, what a start to race 3. The trophy race here at Wakefield Park. Reynolds leads them down towards turn 10 once more. Then Stein, then Thomas, then Kinsella and Horn, the top 5. Aaron Pace running there in 6.
Right, Steiny going wide. Steiny with the big batteries going wide. And Dylan going down the inside of the last corner coming on the main straight. He may have second place by the end of the straight.
He may well so. Let's pick him up as they go across the line. Once more, we're on board with Dylan Thomas now going out of turn 10. The run on board with him down the main straight here. Can he get up on the inside of Daniel Stein? The answer so far is no.
No, he hasn't been able to do it, but the lap's not finished yet. So, no, but Steiny keeps his second place. James Horn having a go at... That's Michael Kinsella, the reigning state champion. First, second, third is Ryan Reynolds and Daniel Stein and Dylan Thomas, and then Michael Kinsella, James Horn. Craig Spark, as expected, right on the back of James Horn in this front pack. And we cut across, left, right by Dylan. He's desperate to get that place back from Daniel Stein, no doubt, because you can see Ryan Reynolds just making some distance on these cars up ahead.
Great to have the onboard shots from Dylan Thomas in this race as well. Through the infield section of the Wakefield Park circuit they go now. And it's Stein and Thomas. Thomas on the inside. Can he get past Stein? Not yet.
No, Dylan Thomas, mate, he's on it. He really wants to doesn't want Ryan Reynolds to get away. We're going to see, I can see sparks flying, not just from Craig Spark, but also from Dylan Thomas in this race.
Exactly right. Now on the run down towards turn 10, they'll go as the rest of the field comes through with Cannon there at the back, of course. Reynolds looking at Thomas on the inside and Stein up to second now. Horn will go up on the inside and Kinsella as well. Double movement here in New South Wales Formula V. And they'll go side by side. No paces in this as well.
Right, there we see John McDonald going through. That's John McDonald of Global Storage Penrith. Have I said that before, that we should thank him? Really appreciate your support.
That's it.
I've said that. Okay, hopefully I won't say that again.
Your check will be in the mail, no doubt about that.
No doubt. Oh, here's a shot.
That's the move for second position of the motor race. What a good move from Dylan Thomas.
Actually, excellent move. That must take great brake pads. I was going to say something else. Great brake pads to be able to pass Daniel Stein under any circumstances, really.
That's right.
But
the outside
wheel
of
to
Reynolds
wheel.
to 1.
And not around the outside.
Oh, can he get it? Can he hold it off? We'll go on board with him to see to find out. Thomas on the outside. He up the lead at 1. And now Reynolds fights back on the inside, but that'll put Thomas on the inside at the top of the hill here. Who's going to yield first? It's going to be Reynolds who'll yield. Thomas will take the lead of the motor race as they get to the top once more.
I have never ever seen anyone drive around the outside of anyone on that corner, and more unbelievable, to do that to Ryan Reynolds. I think Dylan, he must have a turbocharger on his Formula V engine, I think.
Daniel Stein actually did it here earlier in the year, not once, but 3 times in the same race. It's just insane.
Incredible driving from Dylan Thomas. I wonder if that'll be the last nice thing I'll say about him in this race. No, not at all. This is an awesome race from these front guys, especially from Dylan.
Yeah, exactly right. Dylan now leading the race. He's got by Ryan Reynolds. As we saw with that outside manoeuvre at turn 1 and 2 a few moments ago. A terrific move. Probably the move of the day, actually, as they go back down the main straight once more. Johnny McDonald, Craig Spark going through. And then, of course, our cars further back, Lee Porter and
Wade
Co.
Hamilton, that's right. And the 1200 cars go through. There's the LSV Stinger, Ray Cripps and Bernie Cannon in first and second place. And there's Jeff Bassingthwaite in the Avanti, further back than you'd expect from him at his home circuit.
Look at this. Up on the outside went Aaron Pace. He was the first to move out of the line. Then Ryan Reynolds too. It's Thomas Reynolds Stein. Then you go back to Kinsella Horn and Pace the top 6 at the moment. Get excited, Australia. This is Formula V racing of the best variety in New South Wales.
You look at the spectators are going wild in the background there at this incredible racing. Dylan Thomas managed just to keep his lead from Ryan Reynolds. Ryan had to go down the inside and then the outside of that corner. But look, this is there's no gaps at all between first and second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth, which is Aaron Pace going left and right and then right again. And there's Craig Spark in seventh, just coming out of that fishhook corner. And there's John McDonald. Did I mention? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. And there's Lee Porter having a quiet race back there, going through the fishhook now.
During race 2 earlier this morning, there were 10 spectators on that hill going ballistic. There's 15 now. Why? Not because the racing's got any worse or any better. It can't really get any better. It's Formula V. It's always good. But because as Ryan Reynolds makes his way up on the inside of Dylan Thomas, can't get it. No, we'll make it again. Why not? Why not? The 2 champions of this category are absolutely locking horns in the last race of the day. Here comes Stein up on the outside as well. Thomas will lead him to 1. Stein gets up there on the inside. He'll look to get on the inside of Thomas as they go through 2. Unable to do so. He'll yield. And Reynolds will tuck in the 3rd spot. So he's gone from 1st to 3rd as Ryan Reynolds. Kinsella 4th. Then you go back to James Horn and Aaron Pace. And then it looks like Sparks not far off them as well in 7th spot. The amazing thing I was going to say, 15 spectators on that hill now, not because the racing's got any better, because it was sensational this morning, but because it's actually 1.5 degrees warmer than what it was this morning at Wakefield Park. Now look at Stein up there on the inside. No! He'll have to yield for the moment. Thomas will lead him through. Stein, then Reynolds. Go, Ray.
Gee, you got big lungs, mate. I can't do that. But back there, a lap ago from where these leaders are right now, it looked like Reynolds did a Rosberg on Verstappen, who was Dylan Thomas, running wide on the exit, locking up brakes. Is that the corner here?
Oh, wide again. Stein up on the inside of the lead. Look at that. They'll take Reynolds with him as well.
Oh,
Great
Daniel.
mistake from Thomas, I'll say that much.
But also a great move from Daniel Stein. Daniel from One Stop Battery Shop with the big batteries. That's right. There's Lee Porter going through. Look, incredible racing. Hang on, I'm out of breath. You've got the big lungs. Over to you.
Who has got the brakes in this category? Because we've had the batteries, we've had the storage. Who's got the brakes? Because clearly just a few moments ago, Thomas has let him down. He let Stein, he let Reynolds through. And now as they go back across the line, Stein continues to lead the race. Thomas will look for a way past Reynolds, but Reynolds won't make it easy for him. Here comes Kinsella, Horn, Pace and Sparkle wanting a piece of the action as well.
Right, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all is one pack.
Throw a blanket over them. Only a little one. You won't need any more than that. Right. They are all covered as they go through the fishhook, the infield section of the circuit towards the fishhook once more. We go on board with Stein. Well, we go following Stein, I should say. Then we go to watch Reynolds and Thomas coming through there as well. But Ryan Reynolds still sitting there in second, of course. Between he and Thomas, that's where the battle is for the round at the moment, after they, of course, have won one race each so far this weekend.
But certainly all the action at the front, and a bit more of a quiet race with all these the competitors behind the front pack, as we can see them all going through here. There's Ray Cripps, as we mentioned before, with Bernie Cannon not too far behind. Ray's a young and fast driver. Bernie, a bit older and a bit more experienced, so that's really good of Bernie to be not too far behind.
I'm glad it's quieter towards the back because it allows us to keep our attention here. Could you imagine how, knackered we'd be by the end of this one if we were trying to keep eyes on battles this big right throughout the field? It'd be extraordinary. You can't do it. The intensity and the drama of this front pack is extraordinary. Stein leads from Reynolds, then Thomas, then Kinsella, then Jimmy Horn sitting back there in fifth spot. He's always been there or thereabouts. He just hasn't grabbed a win yet this year. The other four drivers have. Steiny only in the club round, of course, as they race down here at Wakefield Park in May. But Reynolds and Thomas have been the winningest drivers so far in the state championship portion of the season. Of course, Kinsella won the last race at Sydney Motorsport Park last time out as well. Down towards turn 10 once more. Stein, Reynolds, Thomas, and Kinsella lead them through back to the straight this time. When will Thomas make his move? That's what I want to know.
Well, we'll see. Again, they're all trying to slipstream, but it's too short a straight here. Just for those Formula V viewers who've been watching racing of the Formula V State Championship at New South Wales for all these years, this is the Wakefield Park circuit. It's a few kilometres outside of a country town called Goulburn, which is 2 hours or about 200 kilometres southwest of Sydney. which is the only real major city in Australia, of course. And this circuit is a real driver circuit, as you can see. You know, it always gets huge spectators out to watch the great racing, usually either sheep or cows, but the racing is always great. And this, the race we see here is just typical of the Formula V racing that we see at the circuit.
Reynolds! Oh, unlucky. Sorry, Ray. He almost got up there on the inside of Stein. This is fantastic. You mentioned the Goulburn circuit, 2.2 kilometres. Look at how close Reynolds was to getting through on start. We're on board with Thomas. And this is fantastic. Will Thomas follow Stein through? Oh, no, Reynolds shuts the door. Very, very well aware of where Thomas is in this race at the moment. 2.2 kilometre circuit, 10 turns, clockwise the direction. And there's action aplenty no matter where you look. And this is one of the good overtaking points down here at turn 10. But Stein again, he says, no, I'm going to lead this race just a little bit longer. And makes Reynolds tuck back in and follow him onto the main straight. 3 wide behind him.
3 wide on the exit
Thomas,
there, that's right.
Horn and also Kinsella in the middle as well, just for good fun. This is great racing. Actually, it was Thomas in the middle, Kinsella on the outside and Horn next to him. So they come back down the main straight now. Stein will lead them across the strike. Oh, they can't be too much longer. Oh, look at this. Almost in the dirt, Jimmy Horn.
Oh, look, Dylan made a mistake, and I mentioned earlier, you make one mistake here and you pay the price, and Michael Kinsella took advantage of Dylan's mistake when he just ran wide, coming onto the main straight. But...
Ryan Reynolds! Ryan Reynolds is off the circuit! What's happened to Reynolds? He's spun! He's pulled up on the the rally circuit there at Wakefield Park in Goulburn. And his day is done. The champ's day is done.
Leading the race.
My goodness gracious me. Championship game-changing move or moment right there, because it opens up the door to Dylan Thomas to say thank you very much and pocket a big haul of championship points in his absence.
Well, that's right. Ryan Reynolds was, effectively the championship points leader halfway through the year, up to that point that he just drove off the circuit. And now no points for him. That means his championship lead has evaporated. What a tragedy.
Right, indeed. Well, I wouldn't quite call it a tragedy. It's certainly a disaster for Ryan Reynolds. But a tragedy, the Titanic was a tragedy.
It's life or death. It is a tragedy.
It certainly is, you're right. Formula V style, it is life and death stuff. These guys absolutely rely on getting race wins. Their whole season relies on, depends on those championship results. Stein leads Thomas. And then you go back to Jimmy Horn. And then, of course, Michael Kinsella. I hope I can call him Jimmy. Then Michael Kinsella sitting there in 4th spot. And Aaron Pace, the big mover at the moment, is sitting there in 5th spot. And depending upon what might happen from this point forward, he's in a position to grab his career best here if things fall into place. So let's have a look at this. Stein through the fishhook once more, leads Thomas. Then you go back to Jimmy Horn and then Michael Kinsella. Aaron Pace still sitting there in 5th spot.
Right, looks like Craig Sparks has dropped off the back of that leading pack. So we've now got only 5 cars, nose to tail, near the end of this 16-lap race. Incredible racing. This could well be the race of the year. No, it's the race of the deck. Look, it could be the race of the century. It's incredible.
Could be the race of motor racing history at the moment. Right. The existence of motor racing. Have a look at this. Daniel Stein leads. Jimmy Horn up on the inside of Dylan Thomas. Can he get the job done? Not quite yet. Thomas will hold on around the outside and lead them back up the hill once more. The 3 cars behind Stein being led by Dylan Thomas, leading the charge to try and stop Stein from taking the win away.
Right, we barely get a chance to mention the others. There was Wayne Hamilton going through, so just a word out for Wayne. He's actually increased his performance this year compared to last year. Found quite a few mechanical problems on his cars, but Dylan Thomas had another go at Daniel Stein for the lead coming into the fishhook, but failed.
Had a big go. Let's have a look at this on board with Thomas Stein. Oh, the data gone! Stein's running around!
Steiny spins!
Turning around from the race lane and gone! Just like that! Your race can change, and that is a game changer again in this race, and it means that Aaron Pace is up in a 3rd spot, Michael Kinsella back to 4th, Jimmy Horn up in a 2nd as they've all tried to duck, dodge and dive and weave their way around Stein and avoid him and miss out on hitting him, and Thomas, the man through the middle of it all, to clean up the pieces. Reynolds gone, Stein gone, takes the lead. Stein has resumed, but he won't be in the results. He won't feature in the podium here now.
Oh, what a shame. It's a shame for Daniel. Bad
Now
luck,
that's a
mate.
tragedy.
That's a tragedy. Another one. Okay, but we've gone from 7 cars in this front pack down to 6 cars, down to 5, now down to 4 cars with only about 2 laps left to go.
Dropping like bloody flies at the moment here in New South Wales Formula V. Who's going to be next? It's Thomas leading the way. Oh, there's the next one. A car pulling off on the outside of the circuit.
Wayne Hamilton spins on the right-hand side, and Andrew Murdoch in the LSV Stinger just pulls off. Probably a mechanical problem there as well. Looked a bit too soft, really. But back to the leaders.
Yellows. Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed here at Wakefield Park in Goulburn. Thomas will lead them down into the first corner from Horn. Then, of course, Pace and Kinsella. But with that car stopped there, the officials will wave it. Steiny's still going ballistic. Have a look at this. But now they have realised that the pace car is on the circuit. And that will be, I dare say, the race won and run here at Wakefield Park in Goulburn. Because I dare say we don't have enough time to get back underway. That's unfortunate because, of course, it was Sage Murdoch coming to a halt there. And there's the checkered flag now. So we were right. It wasn't far away. Dylan Thomas wins the round. First round win of the season for the 2014 champion. Beats home Jimmy Horn and also Aaron Pace as well. Third round win, I'm actually informed reliably by our researchers behind us. It's a great result there for Dylan Thomas. Terrific stuff from the 2014 champion, of course, to beat home James Horn. Aaron Pace, career best finish for him, taking home third spot. At the end there, got past Michael Kinsella at the right moment to get the job done. It was Kinsella in for 4th and Stein 5th, but the race won by Thomas. Looking further down through the field, McDonald, Porter and Murdoch making up the top 8. And in the 1200s, well, let's just go there and have a look. Ray Cripps betting home, Bernie Cannon and Jeff Bassingthwaite. Does it get any better than Formula V racing, Ray?
Well, that race started with a bang, and every corner and every lap was a bang, and maybe it finished with a bit of a whimper, but what a great race.